Hey brother, welcome back to this Making of a Nice Guy series. In this video, I want to talk to you about the childhood manipulation and control you may have experienced from a parent that could possibly have contributed to your becoming a nice guy. This is a story about my mother who locked herself in the bathroom once during a fight with my stepfather and pretended that she shot herself. She went into the bathroom, locked herself in, and then pulled out of her purse a little small toy gun that sounded like, when you pulled the trigger on it, that sounded like a real gun. And at the time, we actually had guns in the house. And so my stepfather, in a panic, thinking that she had hurt herself in some way, actually broke the door in. And we found her lying on the floor, no blood, no signs of injury, but she laid on the floor and pretended to be dead. She pretended to, I'm laughing because as I'm saying it out loud, reliving that memory in my head, I'm like, she's playing possum. She's pretending to be dead. So childish, right? So childish. Immature, right? Undeveloped, not fully developed, not fully mature. She was being immature in that moment, and she was trying to manipulate and control the feelings of my stepfather. She was trying to elicit some sort of compassion, some sort of empathy, some sort of caring. And as I've learned on my own personal journey, my own work as a man, that comes from a place of insecurity. It comes from a place of a lack of self-love, of self-acceptance, of self-care. It comes from a place of where we're not giving ourselves the thing that we want from other people. And we don't give that to ourselves because somewhere we don't believe that we deserve it. We don't believe that we're worthy of it. We can't see ourselves in that way, and so we don't think to give that to ourselves, but we try to extract it. We try to solicit it. We try to coerce it out of other people. And if you've read No More Mr. Nice Guy, one of the things that he says in that book is that nice guys think they are the nicest guy in the world, but they are actually manipulating and controlling. And this was hurtful to me to read. It poked me in the eye because I did not want to be a controlling person. I had observed that in my childhood growing up, and I didn't want to be that. But once I read the definition, according to Dr. Glover in his book, the nice guy is trying to control people and circumstances in order to engineer a result. He's trying to get his needs met. And this is what my mother was doing. She was trying to get her need for love and acceptance and approval and appreciation met, but she was doing that in a way that was highly toxic, highly manipulative, and in reality, produced the opposite result, because once my stepfather realized that she wasn't hurt, then he was upset. I have carried that memory with me since my childhood. And it's something that I don't really dwell on, I don't think about, but it was a moment in my past where there was an example of someone trying to get their needs met. There was a moment of somebody being upset and me observing that the way that my stepfather was reacting to her was that he was giving her the thing that she wanted by being that way, even though it might have been temporary. And so these are the types of events that happen in our life that we have to take note of. It's important to be able to face these things and process through them and be able to let go of them. It's also important for us to learn from them, to observe and learn that, oh, that's not the way that we get our needs met. We get our needs met by providing for ourselves, by being self-reliant, by not being dependent on somebody else, by not playing victim, by not putting ourselves in a powerless position. We actually take ownership for our lives and recognize that we are the creators of our life. If this is something that resonates with you, if you have past memories in your childhood, past events that you haven't dealt with that may have been formative, transformative for you, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's have a conversation with each other. Let's talk about what's going on. I want to listen to your story. I want to hear your story, and I want to be able to ask questions, clarification questions, so that you can get clear on what your beliefs are about those things, what your assigned meanings are to those things, and how those things impacted you and how they affect how you see yourself. I want to be able to share my own insights and journey with you, to be able to share the insights of other men with you, and I want to be able to point to resources so that you can surface your own answers. And I want to come up with a game plan with you about how you can move forward to transform your thinking, transform your life, and experience something different. So there's a link in the description below where you can pick a day and a time on my calendar where we can talk by phone and we can have that conversation. All right? That's my invitation to you. Until then, be kind to yourself, brother, and I'll talk to you soon.